Welcome to Weather with J-Bug. We can see the update on Hurricane Melissa right now. We can see right now it is currently in impact with Jamaica. This was a little late video, sorry for that. It looks like it is basically finished its landfall Jamaica on its last just on Jamaica's by Falmouth on the north side of Jamaica right now, about to leave Jamaica. I'm gonna bring up opacity so we can see satellite. This hurricane. So nice storm, very nice, still organized, still big, massive storm. We can just see all of this right here, all the clouds and everything. Now I'm gonna take us off this and back to radar so we can see this eye. Now, remember before, this eye was nicely formed. Look at me. This eye was like this. It was, well, it was more circle, but it was more of a circle. It's, since it has made landfall, its strength less. It's like it's lessened. So the eye is not there much anymore. So it's just this little thingy, not really anything important. Though still when we do this, 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 any that it looks like it's done and it's on the north side, it's not. Like, this is a very huge storm. It's not done. It didn't just look like it, but no. Like, all of this is Jamaica right here. All, like, it's still majorly in contact with Jamaica right now. Yes. So, I am going to see this. So you can see it is still right there. I'll go ahead and switch to windy right now to look at it in a more, formal way is what I want to say. So yes, here's the storm again, but I'm gonna bring it up to satellite. I want you to look at this. Still very nice storm. You can still see this nice storm. You can still see. Nice storm. Nice storm. So yes. But yes, the eye is kind of deformed now since it has hit Jamaica. So not really an eye anymore. So I'm gonna change it to our wind. Lots of wind is still being sucked into this, and it is still a very large hurricane. You're gonna see all this wind just going and around right here. And just so you can see, wind still being sucked in, everything's the same basically. But it might look like it's in, but it's still a very large hurricane, still Cat 4 right now. And I'm going to look at storm tracks. So yes, right now in knots, I'll bring it to mile per hour in a second. But right now in knots, it is at 126 knots, very large. And if I click on it right here, last it was a category 4. This was 3 p.m. Wind was at 150 miles per hour. Still a very large storm. Yes. So, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up some right now live cameras to see what it is like in Jamaica right now. But first, I'm going to go ahead and look at this. Oh yeah, and let me go ahead and put it let me move this. So this is this 4 p.m. I'm gonna start. It's moving. Anyway, so this is 2 p.m. today in Jamaica. This is just after Jamaica. This is 5 p.m. So right now it's about right here. By 5 p.m. it's moving fast. It's gonna be all up here. That's at 5. Then moving to 6. And it's just at 6 o'clock. It's just gonna be in the same place, kind of still about the same way, but let's move a little bit more. 8 p.m. Still moving that same way, going north towards Cuba. Oh yeah, I know what the problem is. Let me stop drawing. It's gonna show yes. So yeah. So this is 8 p.m. It's still moving, same way. It just keeps moving up to its path to hit Jamaica. So let me just start this thing. So 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 11 p.m. Okay, so about 12 p.m., well, 1 a.m. tomorrow morning, it will make its first contact with Cuba. So boop, right there. As a category, I believe it'll be a category 3 when it does that. Let me look. It will be a category 3, like I think so. Because in category 3 and 4, it's not really showing me specifics. But yeah, it'll still be very powerful winds of over 100 miles per hour. Wait, and I'm gonna bring this up to you. Landslides. So it's still gonna be very catastrophic. Landslides is a big problem. I'm going to go ahead and okay, so right here is the key messages from Hurricane Melissa. Jamaica, which is basically the Muslim region, remains in a stealth shelter tonight. Damaging winds will continue over portions of Jamaica this evening. Catastrophic flash flooding and landslides are expected across the island tonight, with widespread infrastructure damage, power and communication outages in isolated communities. I really want to circle this part, but look, look at landslide. This isn't an uncommon thingy, because most of it's in most hurricanes go in Florida, which doesn't have lands. But when they're in these islands in the Caribbean area, you'll have landslide. That's gonna be pretty major, because Chile's pretty mountainy. So imagine it's a big mountain, all is falling on, with rain, with wind. It's so horrible. Haiti and the Dominican Republic, catastrophic flash flooding and landslides are also expected across the southwestern Haiti and southern portions of the Dominican Republic during the next day or so. In Haiti, extensive damage and isolation of communities is likely. Tropical storm conditions are expected later today and Wednesday. Eastern Cuba. Heavy rainfall, flash flooding, and landslides are expected soon. Life-threatening storm surge and damaging winds are likely to begin later today. Seek safe shelter immediately. Southeast, seek safe shelter. Sorry. Southeastern and central Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos hurricane conditions. Life-threatening storm surge and heavy rainfall are expected across portions of the southeastern and central Bahamas on Wednesday. Complete preparations by tonight and follow local guidance. Tropical storm conditions, heavy rain, and significant storm surge are expected in certain Caicos Islands on Wednesday. Bermuda, last island to be hit. Hurricane conditions and heavy rainfall are possible in Bermuda beginning Thursday or Thursday night, where a hurricane watch is now in effect. So this is the updated thing by the NOAA, the National Hurricane Center. So yes, this is very important. You need to be looking at this. I'll leave this on the screen for a second if you need to read it. This is very important to read. Okay, let's start go back. So this is our mainly thing because so let me go back to Wendy. Yes. So this is it'll make Friday tomorrow 1 a.m. Start its landfall to Cuba. It start pretty soon. It should get across the island. I'm pretty sure. And it will be across the island by 7 a.m. So it's just gonna be a 6 hours thing. It'll still be raining after 7 a.m. because it's just a big storm. Moving on. It's moving through. This is the Bahama, Contiguous, all that stuff. It'll be there by, again, tomorrow, later afternoonish. We'll continue going through there, and it will be also very dangerous. It will be when it makes landfall over there, it will be a Cat 3 again. So this is all going to be Cat. Okay, so it will hit the Bahamas, the Turks and Caicos, all of this area, mainly this area. Starting tomorrow around 1 p.m., but it's probably gonna be a little later than that. So, okay. So, you can see my mover, yeah. So, like, through. So it keeps, yes, it just keeps moving. We'll be here around tomorrow, 1 p.m., moving very fast. Again, 100 knots. Landslides definitely possible. Very destructive. It's gonna be windy. Flash flooding, absolutely, but not as powerful it was, or is right now. Okay, so it just keeps moving up here, kind of off of the east coast of the United States. Keeps moving, and then I'm talking about Bermuda right here. It is on its path. It'll be about Thursday in the afternoon when it hits, after 1 p.m. So Thursday, so this is Thursday right now, and this is just before 1 p.m. So moving, and then it should, well no, it should not hit at 1 p.m. So then it will hit them probably starting, probably Thursday, 11 p.m. So late at night is when it's gonna hit. So remember, if you're going to Bermuda, it's gonna be late at night when the hurricane does hit. So it'll be dark. So be sure to be careful. It will hit between a Category 2 and Category. The wind will be below 90 knots, so it will not be horribly powerful. So windy, flash flooding, and still very destructive, of course. And then it just keeps moving the same way all the way up on the east coast, reaches so far, goes out to Canada. Just keeps going, keeps going. Let me zoom out. It keeps going. It was predicted to end right here, and I feel like a lot of hurricanes end in this area. They all end like right here. But this one is extraordinarily powerful. He went all the way up here, which is crazy, because think about it. This is right south of, it's not that far from Iceland, I feel like. And then it's really not that far from Ireland. It's very close to Ireland, not that far from the UK either. And remember, this was considered in the Caribbean. So the Caribbean to the Ireland, Iceland, very far. Somehow this current is so strong it reached all the way up there, which is just crazy. Very, very crazy. Very, very powerful storm. But its last stop is gonna be her last landfall to land, which will be the Bermuda. And then it's just gonna keep moving in the ocean and it will end. When will it end? Sunday the 2nd around 12 p.m. at 40 knots is when they're guessing. And that wraps it up on our update with Melissa. Thank you for tuning in to Weather by J-Bug, and that's all.